Model 3 line was down 5 days in February. Model S makes its repair debut. Ontario restricts EV incentives. And the Utah bill is on its way to the governor. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 376 for March 13th, 2018. We start tonight at Inside EVs with a story that I touched on back in episode 372. Back then, I brought you the story of Model 3 beating all EV competition for deliveries in the U.S. in February. However, there was a very small statement in their overall production number story that was almost a throwaway line. Quote, "We should also point out that an anonymous source with close ties to Model 3 production made us aware that the line has been down for as much as a week at a time over the course of the last month or so due to timing issues with the robots." End quote. Well, it turns out their anonymous source was dead on. Tesla confirmed that Model 3 production was out of service from February 20th through February 24th. In a statement to Bloomberg, they said, quote, "Our Model 3 production plan includes periods of planned downtime in both Fremont and Gigafactory 1. These periods are used to improve automation and systemically address bottlenecks in order to increase production rates. This is not unusual and is in fact common in production ramps like this." End quote. Kudos to Inside EVs for nailing the story. We switch to the drive for our second story, in another follow-up to a previous story, episode 313 this time, where we get our first look at the retrofitted Model S in service as a Ranger repair vehicle. As many already know, for some time the Tesla Ranger service utilized a Ford Transit cargo van to remotely repair its vehicles. But now a company called Sortimo has arrived at the Work Truck Show in Indianapolis, Indiana, with their reworking of the Model S to be the new service vehicle for the company. They've made very good decisions with the space available in the Model S, using the extra trunk space in the bottom and sides, as well as removing the back seats for optimum storage space. My description doesn't do it justice, so check out the full story and enjoy the pictures. It's a really well done conversion. Over to Electrek for the final two stories, where first we see that potential Canadian owners need to watch their total configuration cost. The government's car incentive program has underwent a change reducing access to its massive potential $14,000 benefit. Originally, most Tesla owners had no shot at the benefit, as there was a limit to the benefit only permitting a $3,000 benefit for MSRPs between $75,000 and $150,000. February last year, that limit was removed, but now it seems it's returned. While Model 3 should be pretty well eligible, higher-end configurations should be wary, and we're back to a situation where no Model S and Model X vehicles will benefit from the incentive. Lastly, some hope from Utah into Tesla's direct sales fight. It seems as though the bill to allow Tesla to sell in the state is in good shape. While I don't like reporting before things are complete, this is looking good. After passing the House in a unanimous vote, the Senate side of the legislation passed with a 26-1 vote. It would seem that the legislation is well on its way to pass, but the governor still needs to put his signature on the legislation to put Tesla in business in the state. Tesla commented on the occasion, saying, quote, "The legislation passed today will allow consumers the right to buy new Tesla cars and energy products directly in the state of Utah. We are appreciative of Representative Coleman and Senator Bramble's leadership in crafting legislation that both Tesla and the Utah Automobile Dealer Association could support. This is proof that allowing Tesla to sell its products directly does not conflict with the business of existing dealerships. We look forward to growing our presence and adding good jobs in the years ahead." End quote. Make sure you check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're at it, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. As always, thanks to wonderful super patrons John Waldhauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, John Rich, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, and Mitch Long supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you can't support with dollars, be sure to show your love with positive reviews and subscriptions on YouTube, iTunes, and other services across the internet. One show housekeeping note, a bunch of people have reached out to me, and I did want to acknowledge that I am aware of the issues going on in the Tesla cars with TuneIn. The last 5 shows, I believe, and this one probably included as well, have not been able to play on the car's in-car player. Nothing has changed about the production of the show. The only thing that seems to have changed is the fact that the TuneIn client on the Tesla is unable to play them for some reason. I have reached out to Tesla for some help on this, but I have yet to receive any response on this. So hopefully we get something here soon. That's it for tonight. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.